What's up? Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988 coming at your live once again through the power of the internet. This is my weekly gaming news wrap-up, so let's just get right into the games. Before we get started here, I do want to say this video is sponsored by the folks over there at Glasses USA. Now stick around to the end of the video for the full messaging, but if you want to use that link in the description box below while you're listening to this video, you could be shopping for a pair of prescription sunglasses for the summer, and I hope that you do. So I thought it'd be fun this week to take a look at the Battlefield 5 announcement and the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 announcement because a lot of people are talking about both of these games and making comparisons. But before I get started, I will go ahead and say that I have played Call of Duty off and on since the PlayStation days. The more recent entries, I mostly just play through the single player, and then I mess around with zombies a little bit, and I mess around with the multiplayer a tiny little bit, and I tend to play the PC ports, which is sometimes great and sometimes not so great, depending on that year's port. And then, of course, Battlefield 5, I've played all the Battlefields pretty much since Battlefield 1942. Big fan of the series. I've always liked the vehicles and the big maps and the downtime and the excitement of that kind of thing, the squad gameplay. But now Call of Duty is adding a lot of those features with their whole Battle Royale mode, so maybe it's going to make me prefer Call of Duty over Battlefield, but I've always pretty much preferred Battlefield. But I don't really play these games like a lifestyle. These are just games I dabble in to begin with. When they come through, I play through the single player game, and then I pretty much move on after dabbling with the multiplayer a little bit. Never really get all the DLC, never really get all the microtransactions. I just kind of skip that part. So starting with Black Ops 4, the most controversial thing that they have done here with the announcement is announcing that there will be no single-player campaign. And this had been rumored for a while, and this leads a lot of us old-school players who've been playing Call of Duty since a lot of you kids were in diapers kind of frustrated. Now, there's been a lot of statistics thrown around saying that only 4% of people on consoles or even PC actually complete the single-player campaign. I was one of those 4%, but it might be the right decision for the folks over at Activision to cut the single-player campaign and put the resources elsewhere. But a lot of people, myself included, don't feel that they're putting enough resources elsewhere because they're mostly using it to add a few more features to existing game modes and to add a Battle Royale game mode. Now, by and far, one of the most popular pieces of the Call of Duty's franchise is, of course, their zombies maps. So in exchange for that single-player campaign, they put a good chunk of resources in tripling the amount of maps you will get when it comes to the zombies experience. So 3 times the experience, presumably 3 times the characters, 3 times the stories, 3 times the gameplay areas to play in. Hopefully that turns out to be the case. And I hope that is what it's going to be. Not just like a couple of extra maps, but a lot more stuff to do in the zombies. That's what the zombies community is hoping for. That seems to be what they are doing. If that's the case, I think that's a really good move. But when it comes to this Battle Royale mode, I think that's the most controversial thing, honestly, that they are doing. Obviously, they want a piece of that Fortnite, PUBG pie. I don't blame them for wanting a piece of that. But here's the thing. It's difficult when your price tag, the floor for your game is $60 plus DLC plus microtransactions. Fortnite is a free-to-play game. PUBG was $30. So, it's kind of difficult to get a new audience to try Call of Duty for the first time. But when it comes to the standard install base, the people who love this franchise, they are excited about playing that mode. And that seems a little unusual to me because Call of Duty has always been about the fast-paced gameplay and close quarters with quick respawn times, and a Battle Royale mode is all about dropping in from the sky and searching around for loot by yourself or with your squad very slowly. And there's never been vehicles in the multiplayer for Call of Duty for the last few years, so now we're adding vehicles for this mode, which makes it way much more like Battlefield, and a lot of people that love Call of Duty hate Battlefield, so I don't know, this seemed like tone deaf to me when it came to what the franchise is supposed to be, but I don't mind them shaking it up. I don't mind them trying something new, and if their install base enjoys it, then all the more power to them, I suppose. I will say that Call of Duty developers are some of the most talented developers in the world. They make that 9-year-old engine look and play very, very good, and they are definitely doing a PC, not port this time, but straight to PC version of the game, so I'm looking forward to that. I do hope that this is one of the best Battle Royale modes that'll ever be made. Maybe it'll be the ultimate one. I wish it was free to play or much cheaper to get in, because Activision has always been fairly greedy with a $60 price tag, plus microtransactions, plus DLC, plus however else we can get you guys to spend money. The fan base doesn't seem to mind that, though, but I wish this was more of a Call of Duty for everybody if they're going to add a Battle Royale mode instead of, just like something that might divide the player base because people might prefer the traditional multiplayer over the Battle Royale mode, or maybe it's going to kill the traditional multiplayer because they all prefer Battle Royale. So, I don't know. It seems like an iffy move, but it's probably one that's going to make them a lot of money. Activision stockholders are going to be very pleased with it, at the least. Now, if you saw my original tweet about the announcement of this game, I thought that this was the pinnacle of greed when it came to Activision and the entire Call of Duty series by cutting out the single-player mode and not giving you much in exchange for it. But it looks like the player base is pretty excited about this one. I'm particularly excited about the tonal shift. This one seems a little more tongue-in-cheek, a little more goofy, and even though they're getting away from the wall jumping and all that silly stuff, we are fighting zombies on the Titanic. I got nothing but respect for that. That seems kind of fun. So it definitely seems like a very unique game, if nothing else. Now, Battlefield 4 was pretty interesting in that it really kind of tugged at your heartstrings and went back to a slightly more serious, if not very realistic, version of World War II. And it looks like that's what they've decided to double down on with Battlefield. They are going with a much more serious tone, focusing on the World War II and then focusing on item scarcity and getting rid of icons, instead making you look at and focus and try to find players and to actually shoot them, and making it much more grueling and more difficult and more animated to resurrect players or to heal players. I don't know, this is a definitely big tonal shift from, say, Battlefield 3, but I think it might be a welcome one. Now, if you're a fan of single player, good news. If you enjoyed the single player in Battlefield 4, you are getting more of the same with Battlefield 5. It's going to be more of those single character focused or squad focused events, and they're going to tell some of the lesser known stories about World War II. And if it's anything like the last game, be prepared to cry. You remember when the pigeon, the tank, oh, no spoilers, but wow, be prepared to cry. When it comes to the business decisions, I'm hoping that we are seeing a very humbled EA here. It looks like there will be no premium pass, so all of the DLC, all of the maps are going to be free. Now, that's exciting, but that's also the same thing they promised us about Battlefront 2, so don't get too excited yet. Now, it's long rumored that Battlefield 5 would include a Battle Royale mode, but according to the reveal today, no Battle Royale mode, at least at launch in October. They are instead focusing on adding some game modes, Grand Operations, and also adding co-op. So Operations mode has been expanded to be a Grand Operations mode, and in the event of a tie, you'll have something that they're calling Last Stand. Basically, the last person left alive will win the match, and then there's also co-op in a mode called Combined Arms. And when it comes to the co-op mode, don't get too excited. It does allow up to 4 players, and you play the part of paratroopers who are paratroop into a map, and then you have like dynamic quests that you need to do when you're on that map. But it's designed to just be a way to get you used to the game, so it's probably a glorified tutorial mode. Now, of course, this is EA, and EA has been having that whole loot box controversy, so we were hoping that there wouldn't be loot boxes in this game. But if you go to the pre-order page, it does look like they have something they're calling airless, and if you get the premium version of the game, the deluxe version, you'll get 20 weekly airless, each containing 1 customization items. So at the very least, there's going to be microtransactions for cosmetics, but this is EA. They might very well test around with, guns that you can unlock and items that you can unlock and customizations that affect the gameplay. So we have to be really careful with something like that. All right, quick update here, by the way. Angry Joe just posted an interview as I was filming this with one of the developers, and the developer did say that when it came to gameplay affecting stuff, it was very important to him that it was all done by playing the game, unlocked by playing the game. So hopefully, who knows? It's still EA, who knows? But at least according to that one interview, it looks like there may not be any unlocking guns or things that will affect the actual gameplay, just cosmetics. But there's definitely going to be loot boxes and definitely going to be cosmetic items for sure. And that's pretty much a first look at the reveals for these 2 games. Now, both games do come out in October. October 12th for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Battlefield 5 is due out on October 19th. I think if you pre-order either of these games, you do get a few days early access as well. So that's one way to definitely play the game. I'm curious as to which game you might pick up, if you'll pick up either, what your reasoning is. I hopefully will get review codes for both of those games. If not, I will purchase both of these games and play them a little bit and stream them a little bit. And I hope that you guys are interested in giving both a shot. But if you're not, I'm curious as to which one you're going to bow out or which are you going to, or are you just going to go back to playing Fortnite? I'm curious. Now, once again, this video is proudly sponsored by the folks over at Glasses USA. It's summer once again, and you're going to need a pair of sunglasses this summer, and the folks over at Glasses USA have you covered. And the best part about it is you can easily get a pair of prescription sunglasses. And once you try prescription sunglasses, you will never go back to clip-ons or just trying to see through regular, boring, non-prescription glasses. You're going to be very, very glad you picked these up, and Glasses USA can sell them to you for a very good price. When you go to glassesusa.com/BOOGIE, you'll get a deep discount for using that link. But on top of that, a pair of glasses, and complete with lenses and frames, can be as cheap as $48 a pair. And don't worry, if you're looking for something a little more stylish, like these Wayfarers, they have over 2,500 different frames to choose from, including designer frames. And the reason these designer frames are so inexpensive as compared to your optometrist is because they cut out the middleman. You're going directly to them for your glasses, and they pass the savings on to you. So what I want you to do is both a favor and go to glassesusa.com/BOOGIE and pick up a nice pair of prescription sunglasses for the summer, or any other pair of glasses that you guys need, and you'll be supporting me at the same time. And don't worry, if for any reason you don't like your glasses, they have a full money-back guarantee. And that's going to do it for this week's video. I think I look really good in these glasses. I'm ready to play Battlefield and Call of Duty in them. I think I look pretty good. I hope you guys do as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this little recap of the reveal of those two games. A little different from what we normally do for our gaming news segment, but I hope you enjoyed it either way. Let me know in the comments section below. And don't forget to check out that sponsor link while you're down there. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.